Yeah, now we get to the actual element of the game so far. That's the finding the clues, actual this first-person stuff, which is why I like the first-person mode so much, because it's much easier to find shit. It's not too difficult.
Flaxen, yellow in color.
The clues are pretty obvious sometimes.
What a peculiar drawing.
Yeah, we got it. Every time you get an actual, excuse me, like a non-physical item clue, you get like a thing to put down in your notebook about what it is. And here we see a looks like a giant fish head eating some people, possibly little Father Dagon or Mother Hydra, which we nuked last time, so hooray for that. So let's have a look here. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, he's supposed to say something about this. Alright.
This appears to contain some measure of opium. I shall analyze it at Baker Street.
Okay, that's what he was supposed to say. He's supposed to say it was measured with opium. And then we can go over here and observe a little more. We got his little cot. This is basically, yeah, pretty much basic servant-employer stuff right here. He lives in his big old mansion with ivy-colored walls and several rooms, while he throws his poor worker boy in the backyard here, in the back shed, where he has to chop up sticks and such. And don't say that the kid actually wanted to be here, because that's total bullshit. Which Holmes will point out later.
Let's see.
Okay, and here we have footsteps, and we get the new item we here have trait measures. Sometimes we'll have like different items on the bottom of the screen to use, and I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I'm still trying to get through this as fast as possible, because I've done this 3 times. I've seriously done this 3 times. And it just gets more...
The size is undoubtedly 7. The shoes are also hard-soled.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Holmes. I've done this like 7 times. It took me forever the first time I did this, and it just got harder and harder.
Footsteps. Let's see.
I mean, easier and easier to find all the clues. The one that kept me for a longest time, the one I could not find, the one clue, was this part right here, where...
The right shoe is missing a nail.
The missing nail. I spent hours combing through this screen trying to figure out what it was, and I never noticed the nail. There's some clues in here where it can get a little pixel picky, like I call it. Not too bad, though, from what I've seen. Most of the time you can see it, like...
How strange. This appears to be a fish scale. I shall have to examine this more thoroughly under the microscope.
Okay. Whoa. Forgot about that weird little glitch. If you're in a close-person mode here, you'll actually switch over. You're doing that. It's kind of weird. Fun glitch, though. Okay, so...
Yes, there is something here.
Now we gotta go around the house. Like I said, I've done this like several times already, so I'm just flying through this. But these clues usually take much, much longer. That said, I'm not sure how I'm going to be doing the rest of these videos, like, since it's going to take me forever to find this stuff, and I don't like 10 videos of
This should prove useful.
I don't like 10 videos of me just, like, rummaging around trying to figure shit out. So I think I'm probably going to be cutting ahead to, like, solution runs and stuff when I do this stuff, because otherwise we're going to be like Call of Cthulhu, where we're, like, twice as many videos of me just floundering about trying to do it.
Yes, there is something here.
Oh, yeah, I gotta switch over to it. Items here. By the way, items here. I forgot to show you. We start out with a knife.
Yes, there is something here.
No, the knife is useless right here. So we will use the ladder. Climb up ladder. And grab this.
Fibers. Why are they here? It will be necessary for me to examine this more closely at Baker Street.
Okay. So I believe that's our cue to go to Baker Street. But first, you must go back and talk to Watson. And there we find another hobo. You have a pimple on your head, hobo. Okay. Here we go.
Come, Watson. We must return to Baker Street.
What do you make of this, Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Stenick, I wish my news were your servant simply left your employment voluntarily for the service of a more honest man.
Ouch!
Unfortunately, I don't have that pleasure. In truth, the news is grim indeed. Your servant was seen in the company of 2 men yesterday.
Whew. Holmes just burned his ass.
One of the 2 is a man of moderate size, very robust, and a mature age. His profession, which will be the key element in our investigation of this affair, will be determined by me within few hours. The other is a young Hindi who is tall and only recently arrived in England. There is a darker side to these events. Your man was not with them by choice. Rather, the evidence shows he was kidnapped. At this moment, the reasons behind this villainous act are unknown, but rest assured, the truth will not elude me for long. Gentlemen, I wish you a good day. Come, Watson, we must hurry. There's a great deal to do and little enough time to spare.
No, the line is the game's afoot.
Holmes, I must protest. You did not spare my client, Captain Stenick. This seems unusually harsh.
That may be, Watson, but now what matters more is to know the reasons behind the kidnapping of this young aboriginal yesterday evening in central London, and more importantly, what has become of him.
Okay.
I must concentrate on a small experiment I will run to test my theories. Please go to the poor Lovelorn Barnes and ask him if he has something on the Maori nation and its traditions. Also, if you should happen to see the newsboy outside, find out what he knows, and if it has value, give him a coin. And for God's sake, don't be a miser, Watson.
A miser? You cost me one of my patients, and you question my level of generosity with your informers? Oh, really, Holmes? Sometimes you go too far.
Man, Holmes is just dissing everybody today. Okay, now we get to the ridiculously overly complicated chemical set. Alright. Move some stuff out of the way here so I can get to this mouse easier. Hang on. Okay, I'm good to go. Alright.
My analysis is not finished.
I didn't want to do that yet. What are you doing? Okay, here we go. First thing we gotta do is gotta collect these bottles of spirit, solvent, water, and the other one should have been acid. Then we gotta go through and we gotta start examining stuff.
Very interesting.
Intriguing, sir. Okay, piece of cloth found at Sinex. It's definitely woven flax. The cloth is dyed not in England. With the slightest doubt, the material originated in India. To the height of the line, the only expedition is a large man with a turban made of this cloth. Oh, that's why we have so many, Indian pictures all around. Holmes knew it would be going up against him, so he's getting himself trained for it. Now it all makes sense. Not. Okay, let's just get on with it here. Alright, okay, fish scale next. Microscope.
According to this monograph, the fish scale appears to be from a perch, a saltwater fish with high commercial and culinary value.
So we found the scale of a tasty fish. Nice. Next item to business, the opium, which we'll need to cut open.
The meatball ignited but failed to burn completely.
Meatball?
There are, without a doubt, mustard seeds present, probably in exotic form. What could be the other components, I wonder?
I thought this was opium. It's a meatball with mustard seeds? I'm sorry, but that's got to be the most rock-looking meatball I've ever seen in my life. I don't care if it was burned. I gotta put the tweezers back. Weird. We got this. Which we will have to... Oh, no, it's tweezers.
These rope fibers are clearly hemp. Now, about the origin of these stains.
Hemp. Very much hemp. We'll need a lot more hemp before we're through. Alright, let's add the fibers.
Let's see if I can obtain a reaction with the help of my chemicals and apparatus.
Let's see, water maybe?
Now it can't be used for anything.
No, not water. What do we want? Solvent? Yes, we want solvent. Okay, so solvent and stains go into the little gyroscope thingy, which spins. I'm sorry, this is like gotta be one of the most sci-fi-ish machines ever. I just don't get how it works. I mean, what proposes the thing to spin? I mean, there's no motor on it, there's no wires or anything near it, and the thing is like paper.
This is evidently coal soot mixed with water, and given the absence of any salt particulates, it must be fresh water.
Okay. So we found fresh water and coal. Now we gotta check the last thing here, the mustard seeds.
Let's see if I can obtain a reaction with the help of my chemicals and apparatus.
Yes, we're going to do that, Holmes. Alright, acid?
Perhaps if I apply heat?
Maybe heat? Maybe? Matches. Matches! Here we go. Matches. Okay, here we go. Heat it up, and the thing says it's hot. Then we drip it down into the gyroscope. Gyroscope spins for a little bit, mixes everything up for some reason. Spin, 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 spin. I still don't get how it actually is supposed to spin like that. And then it goes down to the test tubes and contaminates with what we put in there previously.